Alright. I'm on time today. Hello everyone. How are you doing? Say hello in the chat if you're watching this live. Hello. Kylo, one bravo. Thanks for their side. Hello from Boston. Hello. Hello from Prague. Prague, Czech Republic. So thank you everyone who is joining me live. And we have a big stream, or a, let's say, long stream ahead of us, because this was the most, I wouldn't say successful, but yeah, but probably the biggest amount of submissions we have ever had. I think it's 50 photos. You guys have submitted 50 photos, and many of them are like really killer photos. And all right, Sail on Stellar Winds. Hello. Daniel Leva. Hello. XWYRD. Hey. Hey. So I have to apologize ahead. I probably won't be able to review all of your submissions. So there are two possibilities if you want to make sure your submission is reviewed. The first one is if you are live in the chat. If you're watching this live, you can just post your Reddit link to the chat, and I will take it from there. You will skip everyone. I wonder how this is gonna work. And the second is you can become a member of the channel, which supports the channel, and more members we have, I will be able to buy, you know, more photography books to give away, if this makes sense. And also I will make sure to give some space to the channel members to review their photos. I still want to keep it, at least part, I want to keep for free to everyone to be able to join. But you know, to make your chances a little bigger, you can do this. Hello, Jason Hemming. Daniel Leva? I'm not sure what I said. I can't believe you pronounced my last name right. Did I say Leva? Aris Sfakianos. Hey Martin. Hey everyone. Hello. So that's that. You can become a member, but you don't have to. But you know, the option is there. Also, I hope I will be able to, before I continue with that, let me know how is the sound, how is everything, if the music is not too loud, if my voice is clear. And so what was I talking about? All right, so tomorrow there is a new video coming up with Alex on Streets, and we did photography critique from round 2, I believe, and I hope those critiques will continue every week. So I have already recorded, I believe, 5 critiques already. So yesterday I recorded with Tatiana from the Tea Hopper. Maybe you know her channel. So that's gonna be online next week. Then I recorded the very same day with Thorsten Overgaard, if you know his channel. He's also like a photographer, and he does workshops and stuff. And tomorrow I'm actually skipping a few rounds, and I'm doing a review with Dotan Sagi. You might have seen the interview I had with him. And he is award-winning black and white photographer, so he's gonna critique this round. And so that was, Alex was for round 2, Tatiana was for round 3, Thorsten was for round 4, and if everything goes well, I'm gonna talk with Samuel from Samuel Street Life. We're gonna be talking about round 5. Then I'm gonna have Dotan for round 6, and then keep moving. So if you can do me a favor, if you like that format, those critiques, make sure to send it to your friends, or like it and stuff. And I'm not saying that just because I want more views and stuff, but when I ask people, and I want to ask like a award-winning photographer, maybe like a WordPress-winning photographers and stuff, and I tell them, hey, can you come to give our community a critique? And so the people usually, when they have only 24 hours per day, they also look at if they provide something, they want to get something back, right? So what I'm offering is kind of exposure, and if I'm sharing, let's do critique like this, and I share a video and it has 200 views, it's kind of like, who is he gonna do it for, right? So by showing people, it gets some tractions. We received so many beautiful comments. Thank you for that, and it means a lot to me. I mean, like, seriously, when you have a lot of positive comments under the video. So if you like that, watch it. If you like it, share it with your friends, and so on. So that's that. So more of those critiques are coming, because I'm not able to like properly critique everyone's photos in this limited time. And also what's very interesting is that I realized that when I did those 2 critiques in one day, I did with Tatiana and then with Torsten, and each of them had like completely different view on, and also with Alex, and then before with Alex from the Photographic Eye, everyone had like completely different view about like what's good photo for them, right? And I thought like this is super interesting, because you can see what are the values of the great photo for each photographer. And some photos I thought like, wow, that's pretty good, and then Tatiana said like, wow, that's not my cup of tea, or I thought like, this is pretty bad photo, and she said like, well, I actually like it because something. And then with Thorsten, he was pretty much like, well, I don't take photos like this, I don't like this one, I like this one. So it was pretty interesting. All right, sail on stellar winds. Makes sense. I'm a first-time submitter and a bit confused about the structure. So you are around 6 here, but then also in the future together with someone else. Yeah, so basically I do live streams, which are more like an overview. So the idea is to explore and see different photographers, and just to show their Instagram account, what are they doing, what part of the world are there. So that's why I encourage to do like to share like a portfolio, right? So I can see the portfolio, see what the photographer is working on, right? And then there's also a limited time I can, because there are so many submissions, right? And then the critique, and this also goes to, because I don't feel qualified enough to give a proper critique to say, okay, this I like it because, or this sucks because something. So I mean, I can do it to a limited like quality, I would say. But when I invite like a photographer, and if you are first time submitter, check the channel, and there is already one critique I did with Alex from the Photographic Eye, and in that critique I let my guests to go in depth, or as quick as they want to spend on each photo, and we do those on like we do like a 15 or something like that, and so they can spend as much time as they want on the photo, and then to show just their view on what's good photo for them, right? And the funny thing, or I believe it's funny, is that I also mixed in my photo. Sometimes it's bad photo, sometimes I think it's bad photo, and sometimes I think it's good photo. And they critique my photo not knowing it is my photo. And then at the end, so if you just there for the fun parts, I also, each photographer is gonna critique their own photo at the end, and I'm not telling that ahead. So it's like, here comes the last photo, and then they have to take in account with everything they said about other photos, they're gonna face their own photo and talk about their own photo. That's what I did with Alex with his last photo, what I did with Alex on streets in the Tomorrow's video, I did with Torsten, Tatiana, I'm gonna do with Jotan. And so, yeah. Yeah, I know what you, yeah, I mean, some photographers are more like, sugarcoating their critiques. And I think one advantage is that because they're coming to my channel and those people are not their clients slash subscribers slash fans, they can be more open towards like critique in this like critical sense of, saying this works, this doesn't work, etc. So yeah, that's that. Torsten actually said to me yesterday, like, I hope I didn't make many enemies today doing because there were some photos that he just didn't like. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. That's coming in 2 weeks. Including their own photo is great. I didn't realize they weren't ahead of time. I mean, it wouldn't really make much difference because they immediately realize it's their photo, right? So like, I mean, they are surprised, but then and maybe it's that I pick what photo I'm gonna show, right? They don't have the word in what photo they are gonna show, so I try to go like this middle way, not pick the super best photo I think they took. I try to pick some kind of like a, just not the worst, not the best. And Torsten actually shared like some very interesting story about his photo. Yeah. So that's that. Sorry about that. Yeah, new round is actually open. Round 8, I believe, and it's for night photography. I have one photographer in mind, which I would like to ask for critiques video, but I don't want to spoil it yet. I don't want to announce that yet because I want to have like 2 or 3 critiques published before I reach out. One thing you can do when you submit your photos, please submit it without the white borders. That, I mean, it's not always possible because you're already exporting that for your Instagram. So if you must submit it with the white frame, all right. But please always leave your Instagram if you want me to show it, because even though I know a lot of people and a lot of people are recurring submitters, when I open like all 50 tabs, I have to like manually select, and then when someone just leaves the Instagram in the title, it just makes my life much easier. So like, you don't have to do it, but if I have trouble finding that, you might risk I won't show it because I just some I remember and some I just don't remember. The surprise hopefully helps them critique their own work more honestly without subconsciously preparing for it. Yeah, I think that might be a factor. So also I'm finalizing my London trip. I know the dates already. It's gonna be second week of July for 3 weeks. So if you are from London, leave a comment under the video, and want to do a meetup or something. I think I want to do like meet with people like 1-to-1, not like 1-to-1, but 1-by-1 if there are not like many people, because I feel like you can spend more time with that person, and then person can show me favorite spots or whatever, and you can have more like proper talk than if there's like a group of 10 people. So if you're interested in that, make sure to comment under the video. Perfect. David Shortland, yeah. And I also plan to do vlogs during that. So that's that. And yeah. Can you try to get Sean Tucker to be one of your guests? I already asked Sean, and he told me he's busy at the moment. So he turned me down, and so I just made a note. I'm gonna ask him like later during the year. And what I also plan to do during my London stay is probably streaming. Like, my plan is to stream every day, but I'm not sure if I will be able to do that. So the plan is to stream the editing process of the photos I took that day. And also plan to do short vlogs. Yeah, so that's that. So Sean is not available at the moment. Hopefully gonna be in the future, because that would be super interesting. If you know him, you can tell him I don't bite and that it is fun. All right. That's it, and we can go ahead and let's take at the winner from the last round, which is also recurring member of our Street Warriors group. And it's Tommaso, even though I voted for Josh Gunn. Alright, it's Tommaso, and I think he has been finalist more times than anyone else, so I believe it's fairly deserved. And I talked to him today, and he was unable to come, but yeah, he's gonna do an interview in the future, so you may look forward to that. Alright, thank you everyone who can join me in London. You should connect with Jeff Larason from the Croissant. Yeah, I plan to do that, but I just ran out of the rounds, because this is round 6, so I have one more round, and actually the last spot took Thomas from the Frames magazine. I thought like editor of photography magazine would be super interesting to critique photos. So that's that, and then I'm gradually, once we get more rounds, I will ask more and more people. Yeah. Yeah, I love it's such a good shot. Love the grade. Yeah. I love the colors. So congratulations, Tommaso. And I'm slowly gonna start building the gallery where I'm gonna include all the winners, and you can just see who submitted what and who won. Also, for the critiques, the people are picked kind of randomly for the critique series. So I pick all the finalists. So all those 6 photos are gonna be critiqued by someone I invite. And then I just pick people who write in the comment they wish for the critique, or I pick, you know, some to contrast. If there are so many good photos, it's not that interesting. So I pick maybe some of them which I don't think would quite make it for the to the final group, right? And let's take a look Let's take a look at top 3 photos of today. And this is my... So the video premiering tomorrow, there's a question. So the video premiering tomorrow is round 2. And then we're gonna move from there. I think I might at some time go ahead and post 2 rounds, but it's just so time consuming to edit that. And also this leaves me a little more freeway of if we only have like the buffer of 2 rounds or something like that. Sometimes people tell me like, all right, I can do that, but I can do it in 3 weeks. And I want to keep those rounds, you know, in a reserve, so that people, so I don't miss posting. Like, I'm gonna post every week, and I just don't want to post 3 videos in 1 week and then no videos in like two weeks or something like that. So that way I can schedule like 5 people and still have, and do like 3 people in 1 day, and then slowly edit them, you know, when I need it. But the rounds are gonna be posted more or less how, you know, they are numbered. So round number 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe gonna skip with this one, maybe gonna be sooner, we'll see. All right. So my highly scientific way to pick the one who has the most upvotes. So this is number 13, number 16. All right. Number 11. Okay, so we have two 11s, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give this, make it 12. So we have this one, 12. $13, and there were, I believe, 16. All right, 16. Yeah, I don't think I'm mistaken. There are no more photos. If I missed something, just let me know. So let's take a look at those. Let's get rid of this. All right. And so this is the most upvoted photo. Let me open it on my second screen. Yeah, and then I like it. I like the reflections. I like how there are 3 of them. And it's really nice shot. I think I have already, not sure if I have posted it on the Instagram, but I already commented. I like this photo. So the story is, I started photography in high school circa 1996 and never really took it seriously up until 2015, where I started roaming downtown LA on my lunch breaks. Have been experimenting with light and street photography since then, only to take a break again during the pandemic, where I started documenting family life. All right, so I love how the autoportrait is included in that. Yeah, this is. So this is, I believe, like this is the photographer. This is Man in the Cafe, which I like his pose very much. And the woman, which I don't know what it is. It might be inside, like a reflection of like a billboard or something. Or was it painted on that house? Like, it's kind of confusing, but in also isn't. It's very artistic. Very artistic photo. And let's take a look at the Instagram. The woman is painted on the wall behind. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Alright. A lot of geometry and also sports photography. I also like to take skateboards. Oh, this is really nice. So it looks like Venice Beach. Okay, that's Venice Beach. Alright. Very nice photos, very nice. Oh, this is super interesting. I like this pose. Alright, so congratulations and thank you for your submission. And I decided we're gonna do more black and white rounds. So definitely submit that. So the second photo was this one, if I'm not mistaken. And so right away I can say I like let me move it on the screen. I like the shadow the deep blacks. Let me find a story for that. Boston-based amateur street photographer, always on the lookout for ways to improve my photography. Very busy with work and 3 little kids. Yeah, I think we chatted about that. So highly value any chance I get to go out and shoot. Because of this, most of my photos are taken mid-afternoon if the light is good. Some of the old streets of Boston will have scenes like this present themselves for a short period of time. Obviously, the geometry of the light and shadow caught my attention. I like contrasting men, one rushing off to the office with the other enjoying the break with a book. Yeah, I think the contrast is interesting. Also the deep blacks. It's not really clear to me, or maybe it's just, it's really, I'll try to zoom in. Yeah, it's not really clear to me that he's what is he, reading something or on the phone? Yeah, let's look at the Instagram account. So congratulations, second most liked shot. Boston-based photographer. I've been there once, just for like a few days, but it's really cool city. It's kind of compact, I believe. Like the transportation there is fine. I mean, it's not spread as much as LA, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of reminds me San Francisco. You know, this city center is kind of compact. But you know, correct me if I'm mistaken. And you also produced photography book. Am I right? All right. Nice work. Congratulations. and good luck. And the last photo, which immediately caught my attention when I saw it as a thumbnail. This X, it seemed like it was edited later in the post. I shot it through a taxi signpost where the letters of the word were stamped out of the metal. I love high contrast black and white images with strong geometry, as you can see from my portfolio, and was quite happy with this shot. I used A7 III and 35 1.4 GM, which is like Grandmaster, or I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Sony lenses. I only have one, which is a kit lens for my Sony ZV-E10 for those streams. Pressed up against the signpost and pre-focused on the wall. Bursting shot when someone interesting walked past. Oh yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, it looked unreal. That's mine. Is this one yours? Congratulations. Also comment about Boston. Smaller than San Francisco, but similar feel at times. The photo book was for myself. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, I kind of like Boston. I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't like LA, but it felt like you have to have a car to be able to do something there. But in San Francisco or Boston, it felt like you can go around, you know, by yourself without car, maybe just using like community transportation. Right, nice. All right, so let's take a look at the Instagram. And this is funny. Immediately when I saw this one, I thought like you might be able to take your photos and put together like a sentence or a word or something like that. Just might be an interesting project. Just, you know, from your photos, from the signs, if you're able to capture photos like that. Like the geometry, like the lines, very nice photo. Very creative. So congratulations. And thank you for your submission. All right then. And now we're moving to the rest of the shots. This one, which I just posted today on the Instagram. And if you don't know, you can follow About Photography blog on the Instagram to see all the people. And even if you are not promoted during this live stream, because I don't have time or whatever, you always gonna be posted on that Instagram account and shared. So if it takes too much time, if it's long after the round is gone and you're not posted, just message me and I will make sure to do that. So right away, one of my favorites to pick for my finalists. Yeah, this is awesome. I don't even mind there is no stronger figure of the woman, because she's like easily recognizable, and the mists give it like such a like mysterious vibe. You don't know what's going on. I wonder if she was darkened in the post to look like this, or if it's just like the contrast. Maybe the sun was really strong on that one. And yeah, this one of my older street photography pictures. I don't do classic street photography these days anymore, because for me it's too much stress to make picture of people that I don't know. The photo was taken beside a bumper car at Parish Fair. The The fog comes from a fog machine attached to the bumper car. Alright. That's a beautiful photo. Really. One of my favorites. And so I'm just gonna show the Instagram real quick. Even you said you don't take those. And I see, yeah, I see you have already submitted. That's a beautiful photo. And I think I've already been there. Yeah, I would say, you know, post more photos like this, but if it's too stressful, then I understand it might be hard to do that. Yeah, the crowd, let me take it back. The crowd, I believe, was in focus. And the focus was... It seems like almost everything was in focus. She is slightly out of focus, I believe. Yeah, very nice shot. Alright, moving on. Alright, also one of my favorite shots. This kind of reminds me like the Lion, the King, the Disney movie. I think there is like a poster or like a something like that when they jump like this, or he holds the baby over the cliff or whatever. Yeah. And also one of my favorites. Like the composition, I like how we don't know how tall is the building or whatever. The perspective is interesting, and also the point when he's kicking the sun. Yeah, I really like that. Emir 7, yeah. Emir is one of my favorite submitters, and he seems to be taking majority of his photos in color, actually. So that was quite interesting to see some of his photos in black and white. And we actually gonna talk tomorrow with Alex. I mean, we talked about it, but it's gonna be in that critique about this amazing photo. All right, thank you for your submission and congratulations. All right then, the Bentley driver, Cambridge, June 2021. Aris Fakianos. All right, so yeah, that's why you wrote that. That's why you posted in the comments that you can meet me in the London. Now I understand. Because the name sounded, I don't know, like Greek or something. I don't want to like offend you, but it gave me that vibe. So yeah, so for some reason I assumed you might not be from London. Here is a shot I took back in June 2021. It was a very sunny day in Cambridge, UK. I saw this Bentley approaching with a well-dressed driver that wore a hat inside a car. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, I'm Greek, but I live in the UK. Well, that's super interesting. So many submitters are like, I mean, the majority is Italian who live in the UK. Majority, yeah. And then, yeah, so many people from different with different nationalities live in the UK. So I waited for him to pass in front of the wild building across the road, and I exposed for the highlights. This made the great silhouette of his head, created nice contrast. The frame is tight because I shot with Sony a7 III and Sony 85 f1.8. Hope you like it. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you. Yeah, I like it. I don't know. Is it too tight? I kind of like it. I like how the focus is it's kind of a nice touch. I mean, the head is the main subject, right? I don't know if it would be better if it was like a maybe wider shot, maybe more included in the environment. I don't know. I like it. Thank you for your submission. And yeah, let me know if you, because you seem to prefer to take color photos, and then you people, your Instagram is full of color photos, and then you post some like super nice black and white photos. So I wonder if that's like one off, because I usually take photos in color, and then I have some, I think, nice black and white photos. When did the critique start? I think 7:30, something like that. But if you have your, you can post here in the comments. You can post your Reddit link, and you can skip the line, because there is also a chance I won't be able to make it till the end. All right. So thank you for your submission. Right. And another shot I like very much. Yeah, it surprised me it doesn't have more likes, because I really like that. And I also asked because there is no story to that, it's just called selfie. I asked what aperture was that. Everything is so sharp, and he said, I believe it was f11 with my GR3. Was trying out full press snap and quickly snapped a big picture of this guy when I saw him to take a selfie. Yeah, really. Like, it is like so sharp that maybe you can't see it because of the Reddit upload screws it a little bit, but it is like so sharp that I thought it might be like a composite, or like I don't know, because you know the man in the foreground is like completely sharp. He's sharp in the eyes and stuff, and also the back wall is sharp. So I don't know if maybe if it's cropped or not, but yeah, I like it. I like how there is a the lines are kind of parallel with this and this. Also, it's clear what the focus is. I like how contrasty it is. You know, the black man with the white light, and exactly like his face is enlightened. And then also the girl, the black silhouette of the on the white wall, how everything is in contrast. I believe, you know, it was worked on in the post, but yeah, I like it a lot. Definitely one of my favorites. That one is stunning. And RS Facianos generally I shoot color, but sometimes I turn them black and white, and because I feel it works better for certain shots. Thanks for checking it out. No problem. I kind of wish Toriko had the options to save like a small black and white file and still keep the preview in color, because that's what I like, to shoot with my preview in color, but it would be useful to see the shots side by side. Or I can duplicate them in Lightroom and make them black and white. But I use Lightroom Mobile, and it's not so easy to duplicate them. It creates like a physical copy, which, you know, takes space. Hello, Pierre Pauls. Hello. Yeah. So yeah, very and also pretty very pretty Instagram account. I like it a lot. So yeah, beautiful black and white shot and very nice moody shots on your Instagram account. So thank you for posting. There are gonna be more than 3 photos I'm gonna love to take with me to the final 6, but I'm afraid this is gonna be hard. This round is gonna be hard. Yeah, Tommaso won, and I believe it was his like 3rd finals. Anyways, back to the photo. Also, don't mind the night bot. It's kind of sad if someone posts more than one exclamation mark. It's just, I don't know how to set it. I will have to look into it more. All right. Hi there. I am a street photographer based in Munich, Germany. Looking forward to your feedback. So, feedback. So I'm gonna put it into the tomorrow's group for the feedback. I think I don't even mind the pose of the man. I don't know. It's like my first thought was the composition is okay. I like how there are people moving in the top right corner, but it's just it doesn't really give me like it doesn't say anything to me. Like it's okay shot. It's well composed. It's well exposed. So the subject matter is probably what's I wouldn't say wrong, but what's not working for me. I like the subject itself, like the man with the hat and the black coat. You know, I don't even mind the bag. Yeah, it's just it doesn't really tell any story. So it doesn't really tell any story. That's my take. And it doesn't work like a art shot, right? So, but the man itself is interesting. Maybe if there were, I don't know. Yeah, sorry for my, but we can critique that tomorrow. Yeah, and then I see many submissions already, so thank you for that, and keep posting. And I'm gonna have to take this one, so I'll be right back. Hello, hello? Hello, hello? All right, I'm gonna be right back. Alright, there was a delivery guy. Sorry about that. Yeah, so thank you for posting. Hello, Luis, Jamie. Let's have a photographer's party in the chat. Sounds great. So this is my friend Lukasz Kubik from Prague. Let me position this shot. All right. yeah, it's not helpful. But you can see the... Let me zoom out a little bit. You can probably see almost the whole shot. All right, I like the angle. I like the lines. There is no story attached to that. But I like the smoke. And Lucas takes very nice photos like that. Very like, you know, close to the subject. Sometimes blurry, sometimes, you know, in motion. And really kind of like Tatsuo Suzuki style, I would say. I don't like all of his shots, but there are some I really like. The weird angle really works for some reason. I love the harsh light on his face, and now he's shrouded by the smoke. Yeah. So thank you for your submission. Alright then. This photo also got many likes. So for anyone who's joining this for the first time, it works like I pick 6 finalists, and I mean 3 of them are picked by you, by the popular vote, and 3 of them I pick. London Underground, shot back in February 2020, 75 f2.8. Alright, so you know immediately my eye is drawn to this part, and I'm just, you know, I wish we could see, maybe if the woman was a little more to the right and we could see also her head. I don't know, this woman is a little distracting here. Maybe if she was like turned around and all was in black. She little pulls my eyes, but other than that, I like the leading lines. Maybe if it was, I don't know, I don't want to crop your photo, but there are so many parts that I like. How the leading lines, the subject, I would love it maybe to be a little more defined, a little more visible, but I get it why it is only like, it has some kind of magic that, you know, imagine if this girl wasn't there, if this man wasn't there, if those people, if they were not there and there would be just empty space. And then, you know, it's impossible to get like empty platform, right? But those people leaving and then she's leaving and no one here, I think they are a little bit distracting. I mean, someone said she can be like dodged, in the dark room, little blacked out. I don't mind that. She could be, you know, there can be just contrast, like the backlight makes it a little darker, because the light is exactly above her. But you know, it makes her stand out. I don't mind that. Yeah. I think she was darkened a ton in the post. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but shares illusion when you notice. She could be like a nun or something, to have like a dark dress, and those people could have like a colorful dress, right? So when it was turned into black and white, it would stand out. But yeah, very nice post. and I really like your Instagram. So keep posting. Yeah, I see some leading lines, some lines you incorporate in your shots. Also, if you are still in this is interesting. If you're still in London, let me know if you want to, you know, meet and do like a shoot or something. So thank you for joining. Looking forward to see more of your photos. All right then. Many people like this photo on the Instagram. I like it. I don't really mind. I mean, he's probably out of focus, and then with the motion blur, I might like it probably more if he was more into focus, or that's just, I don't know how this was shot. Maybe like turned on him or around him, or he was turning with the camera and this was shot, so he is like it's like a panning, but interesting technique. I tried to take a candid portrait of this man who was driving his motorcycle. All right, the car started to move pretty fast behind him, so I moved the camera a little bit. Yeah, and then sometimes those trial and errors make you discover something interesting. Yeah, and then I was just wondering why you're not posting more of your nice photos to your Instagram. So thank you for your submission. All right, Riccardo Perini. I like this shot definitely more than your last one. My name is Riccardo Perini. I'm an Italian amateur photographer, and don't tell me you also live in London. This photo was part of my project focused on black and white. High contrast photographs where I try to combine urban architecture of my town and some solitary figures. I'm posting some pictures of the project on my Instagram. I really like how this leads to the subject and the lines, which kind of cross the leading line that points to the subject, how the subject is posed. That's a nice photo. I think for this kind of project, when you document your town, this is very nice. Yeah, like in a series, I believe this works to document the town. And Riccardo has also a YouTube channel. So for those of you who speak Italian, I believe, unfortunately I'm not, you can check out Riccardo's YouTube channel and his Instagram to explore more of his project. Right? He submitted already some of those photos, and the lines and shadows. Really like your stuff. So thank you for your submission. All right, we already talked about this photo, and this is actually a photo that I found really I don't know, for some reason I just liked it. Maybe, I mean, those two girls are what makes the shot. And what's funny is Robin in the Hood is your Instagram, right? And I thought it's the title of the photo, like a Robin Hood, like she has a hood. I like her expression. I like her hand, also her hand gesture. She has just some kind of expression that I like. Unfortunately, I think she's a bit lost in the background, and nothing really interesting is happening behind her. I mean, there are people probably standing and waiting for like a traffic lights or something like that. It's really interesting character or subject. It just doesn't give me like, you know, the light is okay, exposure is okay, composition is, I mean, she's in the center, all right, it's okay, but yeah, it's okay photo. That's what I would say. Somehow it caught my eye, and I think I understand why you picked it. Yeah. And yeah, I already checked your Instagram. Really like some of your color photos actually. But you also take, I think it's nice documentation of a city. Thank you for posting. I'm not brave enough to get that close to the people. I mean, you get kind of used to it. I like this shot. It gives me some kind of like Asian vibes, shooting from like some kind of not church, but what they have, yeah, in the Asia. Help me out in the chat. Shrine, all right, from some kind of shrine or some kind of like a, yeah. And then so I can see that in, I don't know, some kind of like a travel magazine or something like that. I don't personally know the woman, and she's not doing anything particularly interesting. So apart from that composition, which is nice, it doesn't really give me, I mean, it's very nice photo, but somehow I just don't really care about that. Also, maybe it could be cropped or blacked out on this side. This is a little distracting for the symmetry. But other than that, yeah, temple. Yeah, all right. Not shrine, but temple. And yeah, I like the symmetry. This part kind of spoils it. I would crop it out. And thank you for submitting your photo. Yeah, I think I have been there. And once again, someone posting so many color photographs and also taking so many beautiful black and white photographs. You have some of your shots are really nice. So thank you for submission. All right. Let's see if we can get this shot fully. To show it in its full scale. There is window pane. Please provide critique. Something taken during my depression a few days ago. All right. So let's do a brief critique of this. I like the idea of a silhouette against like a white window of the train. I wish maybe the pose was little stronger. I mean, I can clearly see she's a girl, probably. She's also having Is she having mask? I believe so. And it's not really clear what she's doing. I just imagine if she was on this side, on the right side, facing the light, so the light would lit her face, and she would be more like, you know, like this, and you would shoot it maybe from the same angle. If that would make strong picture, we would see her face and we would know where she's looking. I think that would make a strong picture. So I think the idea is right. It's interesting. It's just, yeah, like someone like to help us connect with her. All right, yeah, her face expression would help, but also if she's wearing a mask, you know. Well, but still, if we could see her eyes. And an Instagram with one photo. All right then. All right then. And the back of people's heads are not usually very interesting. There are, of course, exceptions. Yeah, agree with that. Well, it depends, but usually. All right. Yeah, I like this shot. So everything is in motion, and then this old lady is sharp or partly sharp. Exceptions indeed. The back of my head is amazing. All right. Picture taken in Paris. I was in a bus and noticed this couple waiting to cross the street. They looked cute, holding each other. Luckily, my camera was not set as usual and the shutter speed was a bit low. I focused on the lady and follow her as the bus passed. Okay, right. Some panning shots. Past front of them. Yeah. I took this shot a long time ago and never shot it anywhere before here. All right. Thank you. I like the shot. I think what makes this shot apart from, you know, you kind of have this in the head that all people are kind of slow, right? And everything is in motion around her. I think what makes this shot is her face expression. I don't really mind. She has closed eyes. She seemed like really thinking about something. I like this shot. Pierre. All right. You have some very nice pictures. Thank you for posting. All right, this one, the glitch in the Matrix. Yeah, this makes me smile when I see this photo. And it's kind of creepy. I wonder what's the story behind this. If this was like a drunken friend, or if this was like a dancing man, or you know, I would just love to know the story behind this. Yes, exactly. So many questions. Or maybe if this is just a figurine and then they transport it somewhere. Uh, it was a security guard sitting on a stool. All right. Sorry. And was he sleeping or something? Appearing around the corner. All right. And this was in the middle of the day. I wonder if he was sleeping or something like that. Yeah, very, very funny shot. One of my candidates for trying to work out why I was taking a photo, I guess. All right. Shorty shots. Also one of my favorite Instagram accounts. We talked about your shot. So tomorrow, about this one. If you check the video tomorrow, we talked about, I believe it was with Alex. And I think he loved this shot. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it too much. So make sure to check it out. Sorry to not give you more comments on the Instagram because I have already seen it a few times and I don't want to repeat myself. Very nice work. Looking forward to meet you possibly in London. All right. Another shot. Don't move. So, walking around Cannes, one day I saw this little kid atop the chair and couldn't help but laugh at the situation. All right. So there is a kid on the chair, and straight away, I think crop like this. Even though I don't like to change the aspect ratio in square, I think it would probably work. So yeah, I think the situation is funny. Unfortunately, the subject is kind of lost, and to be honest, before I read the description, I didn't notice the kid, which is I noticed the hand of the woman, and you know, this black part can be easily cut off, or maybe make it like not square but vertical image with just this and this. Yeah. So that's my take on this. And then Hrismanian, I hope I read it right, didn't have an Instagram account but rather website, which is this is a beautiful shot. Travel photography. Love your travel photography, and if I'm not mistaken, I have already been here. So thank you for your submission. All right. Respite and no story. I am not a fan of like the super high contrast black and white. I know many people like it. I know many people take it. To me, it just seems like a little over edited, even if it's probably not. And then I don't mind the composition. I mean, it's okay. It leads your eyes to the subject, but he's not really doing anything particularly interesting. And he's on his phone, right? And really, this seems like it was darkened, and this seems it was like burned. So yeah, my most. So alright, so what I like about this photo is that the main subject is on the white background, which makes him like stand out. But then again, you kind of like make him, you also have him against this like, next to this like big black tree, which kind of pulls me there. And it doesn't really work in a sense of like a fun hoe when he let his subjects like kind of float in the space where everything disappeared. So the subject would have to be doing something interesting, and I would get rid of that tree, maybe crop it like right there. So he's leaning towards something. I'm not sold on the exposure. Yeah, and I think the overall edit, it just makes me think it wasn't maybe like correctly exposed, and then tried to save it in the edit, or it kind of, for me, the edit destroyed the photo, unfortunately. Alright, and I was actually looking at this Instagram last time. Yeah, and then, so, still this is the photo I like most. And the theme I see a lot in your photos is that you take pictures of people from behind. And I think you sometimes take really like interesting compositions, but I can just immediately see the photos I like more are the people facing towards you. So like, I mean, like, this can be for a purpose of taking, you know, the butts of the guys. You know, you can't take it up front, right? But I think, you know, maybe this would work better. Yeah, to me it feels like it was a mediocre shot and they tried to save it and make it interesting in the post. I've done that 1,000 times. Yeah, me too. That's why I see that. Alright then. Anyways, thank you for your submission. And I think you're actually getting somewhere. Alright then. So hi, I'm from Hong Kong. I'm new to street photography. This is a shot I took as I like the shapes and lines and light contrast, which much appreciate if you can get critique. All right, I also like the building and the contrast. Just wish there was, you know, maybe the figures were a little you know, stronger. They had little stronger postures. I believe this feels to me just like a snap. Even though you made your composition, I like the background. I would like it without people as an architecture shot. I think the exposure is fine. Just if this man had a little better, was caught maybe a little sooner, to have him in the middle of the light, and then this man was doing something interesting, or even if he wasn't there. If he wasn't there and then this man was there, it would be at least like some kind of interesting photo. Yeah, better subjects. Yeah, that's what I think. So that's what I think. All right. So many photos ahead of us. Not sure if we're gonna. Oh, let's see if we're gonna be able to do all of them. All right. Yeah, and I like some photos already. This is interesting. I like the arrow pointing towards the man, and also like how this is tilted. I think this is maybe a shot that works from behind, especially if there was like a subject coming. All right, thank you for your submission. Keep posting. All right. And we already talked about this one, right? We did. And all right. There is no story to this? Ah, okay. A clean layer in photograph always enhances its storytelling qualities. One must understand why you are converting a color into black and white. Yes, I mean, I like this shot mostly for, you know, this figure, but overall everyone is like so clear. You can clearly see what's going on. There's some kind of like timelessness of this when you just can't tell when this was taken. Not sure if this was like India or something, but those birds and dogs, usually I see them in shots from India. And yeah, just like someone said, the bathing scene, love it. Shades of Cartier-Bresson, yeah, kind of. And maybe if this was like in color, it would be like a Martin Parr or something like that. I like the element of the jumping man most. Debrani does. Alright, yeah. And I think we already critiqued one of her shots. Yeah, I think... Yeah, from India. So many colorful photos. It must be hard to pick like a black and white when you are surrounded by so many colorful photos. Love this one. Alright, thank you for a submission. Alright, so this is gonna be very hard. I have like 7 candidates already for my 3 spots. For this shot, I had noticed this neon target shaped background in a store window and thought it would be fantastic if I could frame a head within it. The bonus would be to expose for the highlights, which could create this floating effect without Photoshop manipulation. Yeah, I agree. It's an art shot and very nice. You cut it with this white or like light hat. Yeah, that's what I like. You know, it's an art shot. I can see this hanging in some kind of I mean, the rings are what made the shot, and I don't photograph like that, so I don't really know what to say about it. But if I found it in my camera, this would probably be a keeper. I mean, I like it. On the first, like, when I saw it, I thought, all right, I like it. So my analysis is not so deep, I would say. And Sachs has a beautiful silhouettes. So thank you for your submission. And all right, yeah, not so many black and white ones. All right. Some people disagree about the composition. Oh, I almost forgot about Tommaso's photo. Ah, this is so beautiful. And then photo caption: Euro Championship 2020, Italy against Spain, end of the match. Britalian IT guy obsessed with candid photography. Yeah, I love this. Mostly because of the figure of the man. maybe like if I would be a little nitpicky, it's maybe a shame that it wasn't like in the middle of the match and the people were not more spread on the field, but I really like it. I can see this in like a magazine or like a reportage from that, and I remember watching that match on TV. Again, one of my favorites. All right, yeah, and there's not much to say about Tommaso because he has been finalist so many times, and I love his photography. So thank you for your submission. All right, and then this is also a very nice photo, which almost made it to the finals. And then I preferred the X one. So this gives me such old vibe, like such a classic shot. I don't really mind them being turned away. I like how the umbrella matches this umbrella. Yeah, just old vibes. While I was shooting around Venice, I saw this couple holding each other, and I thought it was a nice scene. I was preparing my shot when a man and his child walked in front of me, thinking I was taking his picture. He lowered his umbrella, giving me this shot that I think is cool. Also because two umbrellas are the same. So my first thought was they are walking next to a giant umbrella for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought like there is a giant umbrella lying on the ground, and then they walk past that. Now it makes sense. They don't. Still a great photo. Thank you. All right. And I didn't preload the Instagram, so I'm gonna do it right now. It's hard to see distance gain perspective. Yeah, that's maybe why I was mistaken into this being a giant umbrella rather than umbrella into your face. All right, very nice Instagram. Sorry about that. Thank you for posting. So this shot, very interesting. First I thought those are like buildings or whatever. I like how this blends into the environment, and it has some kind of story, you know. The man, let's read it from the one who took that. There is a place in Mexico City where the biggest market of the city stores the used vegetables and fruit boxes. All right. Okay. So there is a story, you know, the man is carrying the boxes somewhere and there is like tons of them. And who's Jamie? All right. So I like that. I also like how there is a kind of like a diagonal, and also how the top of the photo doesn't really crop this man's. So I imagine this was shot from the bottom down. shooting up. Really like the idea. Maybe if the man was a little more lit and had like a light t-shirt. Not sure if it would work better. He was showing off. All right. I see that for the shot. Yeah, that's interesting. And there were animals inside, or just the vegetables? I used vegetables and fruits. Okay, I was wondering if there were like chickens or something like that. It was back like. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes there's nothing you can do right about it, but we can see like the sun is coming from probably like this side on his hand. Just maybe if he was turned a little more sideways, which would give it more like to lit his face a little more. All right, and beautiful black and white shots. So thank you for posting. Very nice photo. All right. All right, and I think I have commented on this photo somewhere. So, unfortunately, there is no story apart from Leica M6, so it was film and 35 Summicron. So I like how they are separated, even though it's not perfect. Maybe, but I mean, going to the right would make him more into this subframe, but then again it would screw the symmetry. So it's a problem of the, sorry about that, of the chairs not being, in the line with those windows. This is also kind of like a hard black and white, not hard, but strong, like it's contrasty. There's a sun outside, so I like the shadows. I think it's nice composed. The exposure is interesting, but I just don't really care about this photo. I think this would have been a better shot if shot from their eye level. Yes, but then again, you would probably lose, if you go more down, you would probably lose the shadows, which I also kind of like. The reflections. I don't know how low you would get. Maybe it wouldn't really screw that. But yeah, it would be interesting to see that. And for bars, somehow it looks more contrasty here. I think, yeah, this it has more contrast here. And I already like it. Yeah, it's a. Oh, this is a same scene. All right, this is the same scene but different people. If you know this scene, just move the chairs a little more so they are in the frame, in the subframes, and then wait for the people to come. All right, very nice black and white photos. And I think I saw this photo as well. So yeah, I think you maybe submitted twice. Please don't submit twice. I have my hands full with one photo per person. But thank you for your submission. All right, I think this shot is interesting. I don't know if it's probably a shadow of the man or if it's like on the wall. Oh, it's like double shadow. All right. So there are like maybe 2 lamps, or is it like a double exposure? A little confused. I mean, and no story about this. But I think I saw Josh Gunn in the comments. Not sure. The cars are really distracting. Yeah, that's for the previous photo. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, probably. Thanks a lot for the feedback. Have a nice day. Thank you. See you around. Alright. And Josh Gunn has some wonderful photos he already posted. I really like this photo. I was rooting for this one to win last round. It's such an interesting photo. Thank you for your submission. Alright, so what do we have next? Navy Walk. Alright. On vacation in Newport, I saw this group coming from down the way. I like their loose grouping and leisure stroll. It felt like they embodied the freedom I was experiencing away from work. Yeah, kind of. It looks kind of like soldiers on vacation. I kind of wish they were in line and maybe facing the same direction. I mean, the group of soldiers is interesting because they, you know, dress nice and everything. I just think the background is a little distracting. I wish they were more lined up. But you know, you took it because you thought it was losing. You like they're losing grouping. Yeah. Yeah. And no Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. Leave your Instagram next round so I can take a look around. So this is called, wait for it, Pray. Alright. I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't obvious, but I was kind of torn apart if this man was like tidying up his shoes or something. I wasn't quite sure. I don't really mind tilted screen, because if it makes your shot, it makes the shot look like it was taken in a hurry, right? So if you have some kind of scene when you're facing people and they are in a rush and then the screen is tilted, it just seems like it gives the photo this dynamic, I guess. But then again, if this is like a static subject, I wish we could see like him more in the environment. If this was straightened, if this was landscape shot, and we could see like, all right, all the people are, you know, doing something normal, and he's like praying, like really praying. Contrast with the environment, like that, and also his leg is cut. Yeah. I think it's interesting situation, but that's not what can make like interesting photo by itself, I'm afraid. You have some really nice color work. And some interesting framing. This shot seems to me a little more interesting, maybe because it takes you also took environment around, and I love this. I love this portrait. Thank you for your submission. All right then. Yeah, the leg sticking out of the frame. Yeah, you're right. Oriental Pearl Restaurant. So, Oriental Pearl Restaurant. The exposure is nice. The light is nice. The subject is... Sorry. I kind of don't know what to think about the subject. Looks like there is no reason to hurry. Yeah. I mean, if the subject is static, then why would you take a shot with tilted screen, right? So I don't really mind like crooked horizon, tilted horizon, when there is a dynamic in the shot, when the shot is like there is architecture or something stable. I don't really see much purpose of that. All right, no commentary apart of permanent coffee break, Chinatown, San Francisco. So it means it's closed. So if it's closed, I think this shot would work better if there were no person, right? Or if... Yeah. So I think, like I said, the subject is not that interesting to me. And I'm gonna try to speed it up a little more so we take a look at more photos towards the end, because I think we might be able to look at all of them. So this reminds me a shot. Elliot Everett has this shot. It's called The Kiss. It's the famous shot. A kiss. Elliot Everett. It's this one, right? The idea is to catch something in... Alright, this doesn't load. Alright, the idea is to catch something in the mirror, but like oh god, wow, how many pop-up windows they have. So the idea is to catch something interesting in the mirror while the whole scene is also interesting, right? And the reason this works and the other one doesn't for me is just it's a photo of a mirror. Let me load this. Alright, it's a photo of a mirror and nothing particularly interesting is around. If this was like yeah, I think something interesting should be around that mirror. But thank you for your submission. Alright, let's play some football. And I'm not sure if I'm seeing this photo for a second time or not. It doesn't have that strong contrast for me to care about the players. Nothing particularly stands out. Maybe how everyone is separated. I like that. But you know, people are kind of lost in the background. Yeah, maybe to do with a different aperture to make the background a little more out of focus, or change the background, or if they were wearing something different that would stand out of the environment. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna go through the rest of the photos like really quickly so everyone gets something out of that. And I'm not gonna talk too much about portfolios, even though I would like to show everyone's. I'll just give my quick thoughts and maybe it will be some use for you. Alright, so right from the start, this would be a no for me. The reason is the posture, the figure of the guy is kind of like I mean, the position between the cars is fine, but it's just his leg movement is kind of ordinary, and it's like, it's a snapshot. What I like is how he stands against the environment. I wish his legs were kind of different, but okay, let's imagine he had really nice spread legs, spread arms. So alright, so it's the boy going around cars somewhere. Like, why should I care about the shot, right? So one thing would be if he had some interesting face expression, but we don't really see that much from that. So, I mean, the exposure is okay, the light is okay, the subject is not interesting. Sorry, that's my take. Alright, the door. My problem with the door is that the exposure is too dark. I would like to, you know, bring the exposure a little more up to see it, right? I get it if it's like in the night, but then the lights would be up. So the exposure is wrong. I think so. What I like about this is that we see the whole environment and where he's sitting. And it's kind of like a look into... And then imagine if he was kind of turned and looking at us. Or he was facing to each other and talking to each other. But if he was looking at us, it would be also like better, I believe. So I think I like elements of this shot. But yeah, the exposure is just... But that's nothing that you couldn't do something about. You can lift it in the Lightroom or something like that. A little too dark, yeah, I already commented that. Alright. Alright. This is great exposure. Interesting subjects. I just wished we saw more of the environment around. I like his posture. Maybe what he's sitting in front of. Maybe it would more make the shot a little more interesting. He's also reading something. Probably his phone nowadays. I'm happy it's not seen in the shot. If he was holding newspaper and we saw more of the scene, I think I would like the shot more. Rico GR3. Alright. So, what I particularly like about this is how the face is lit. I think it's a great coincidence that just this face is lit. Unfortunately, there is nothing I would care for a photo that much. We can see the face expression of this guy, but not clearly. And there are so many distractions behind them. And also I'm a little confused about the situation. So what is this? Is it just someone greeted someone? If this was some kind of argument, yeah, I like the one with the lit face. Is a bit overexposed then. On the face, you mean? Yeah, kind of. But the texture is nice. His hair are nice. I mean, the light is interesting. There is something interesting about the photo. It's just not... The situation is not interesting for me. Alright then. A photo of a bird. And this is probably like a birdhouse, right? So what I think the photographer... Why the photographer took the shot was he or she caught this bird with the wings spread. And I don't think that's enough to make a shot. And look, I think the scene is not that uninteresting. It's just it's a flying bird, right? And I can already see like this window and this window. If you took a photo of this, just this part from a different angle, it would look like a face with a long nose. And that for me would probably be more interesting than this photo. I think the exposure is nice. The light is nice. It seems like a, I don't know, like a golden hour or something. Kind of, the light is becoming kind of strong. It's just the subject. I'd like, if this was a documentation of some birds, or some, like, someone is having birds and, you know, raising them and breeding them and everything, then okay, it fits there. It's just as a standalone photo. Yeah. I hope it's not too harsh, but I'm trying to be quick. So this is a compromise between not showing everyone's photo and just giving my few thoughts, if you're interested in that. All right. So I like the idea. I like the exposure. I like the exposure of the shadows to make use of the patterns of that rail or whatever it is. I just wish the man was a little more in between them, so he was more defined. I mean, it's clear what's going on. It just feels like you missed the shot by a few milliseconds, either posing him here or posing him here. And then it would be kind of arty shots without any context. It would have to work. And I think there are stronger figures than like a man with a backpack. I especially feel that the backpack spoils it. Imagine someone holding an umbrella or some, like, riding a bike or some. I think those are probably stairs, right? Maybe stairs from the underground or something like that. You may, like, I think the scene is fine. Just look for the better subject, I guess. And then someone commenting about the previous photo. If the bird was more in the air, it would be cool, but it cut off the building. But yeah, but then again, you would have a nice shot of a bird. So it would have to be put into context, which I'm not sure what kind of context it would be for me to like really care. So this is interesting situation, really fun. So like this seems like, to me, this seems like a vacation photo. If this was my girlfriend, you know, I could present this in like a family album from vacation. So he's probably like a street performer. And then his cap fell, assuming from the helping hand. And she's helping to put it back. Even though on the first look, when I first saw it, I thought she threw the hat on him, right? So it looked the other way around. And like she's teasing him to have fun. Yeah, so it's like a documentation of a situation, and so for me this photo is just, yeah, like I said, it's too ordinary unless I have some kind of relation to those two people. All right. All right. So what's going on here? Istanbul boys. Is there a story? No. So one boy carrying another boy. I wish this was taken from a little more like going left and angle it so we can see his face and his whole position. I wish they got a bit closer. I'm not sure if this is for this photo because I wish they got a little further to see the whole scene, what's going on, because I don't really know. So is he hurt? What's his face expression? I like how the background is kind of blurry, out of focus. Maybe there was a pan, you know, following the camera. It's a pity they already... Yeah, it's a pity they already passed. I thought they died. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Going maybe a little in front of them from the right, turning the camera so you can see both boys in the environment so you know what's going on. Alright, I actually like this shot. And I like this. I also like the sign, the future of the public space. Is it more like, you know, giving us some kind of thought? Everything is gonna be like... I don't know if you know what I mean. Yeah, but it's very nice photo. I don't even mind the empty space. Everything cramped up here. I think this can work in like a magazine with some kind of headline with, I don't know, everyone is watching us. This gives this like scary vibes. I like this shot. Thank you for a submission. Public transit stories in San Diego. So is there some kind of story? No. All right. So I mean, let's take a look at this. Composition wise, what's the main subject? So it's probably the girl. And then it's not really clear what she's doing. She's probably on her phone. You can't see into her face. I don't really like it composition wise. Exposure wise, it's kind of overexposed outside, which is, you know, understandable given the light inside and outside. I don't know if this was probably not during night. I don't know, this light is turned on. Or maybe like a bright sunlight. And so exposure, composition is, I mean, kind of, I don't really know what to look at. I look at the girl, but then again, she's not really clear what she's doing. And then the subject. All right, so Adrian, thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. This one is mine. You mean this one or the one before that? So, and then what's the story? So I don't know why I would care for her. Maybe if there was like a little close-up, which can be a little creepy in an empty bus. I think this one is fine, nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't really move me. Like it, I still get my eye towards the empty chairs. And I mean, if the bus was completely empty, it would give some kind of message. And I'm a little confused. Show the lens if there is commercial break. Yeah, I can point it towards my lens shelf. Yeah, the one before. All right. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's the message of this one. Sorry. I mean, some okay elements, but if you want to know my critique, that's that. And I'm not trying to be like too harsh, but I mean, it's for like, I mean, first of all, it's good for you to know someone else's opinion who doesn't know you. I mean, if I ask my mom, she likes all of my photos, and that doesn't really help me. So I'm trying to be constructive. So this shot, I mean, nice idea, and I know where you're coming from. I took tens of shots like this. Even with the man walking, it has the posture, the figure is kind of I mean, he's standing there, right? I wish he was moved a little more to the left so we could see all his figure. But then again, what is it? Is it advertisement for shops selling lights? It's a flat, for me it's a flat image. Doesn't really make me to care about it. Alright, this has some kind of story. Maybe this is the father of the boy, and he is telling him something. The boy is kind of upset about that. I wish there were, I mean, they are nicely separated, but I wish they were a little more, I like how they have the same legwork. So they are connected to each other, but they still kind of lost in the environment, a little too left on the frame. Ruined by the edit. I don't mind the edit too much. Oh, you mean the previous one? Yeah, but you have to expose for the light. Yeah, so I think this is interesting subject. Okay, exposure. I don't like composition on this one. Maybe to let them, you know, imagine how this would look with the street being without other people. Oh, you mean this one? It's way overdue. Okay. Maybe my display is off. Alright, it's set to true tone, which shouldn't really matter for the black and white. But yeah, maybe it is. But let's say, imagine without the people, how this would look like a father and son, and he is telling him something, he's kind of like in his head. Alright, now I can see it. His face is lifted. Alright. Yeah, so what I said. I think the subject is interesting. Unlike the man standing in front of the shop with the lights. But the composition is kind of, and the exposure is kind of... I like this. For some reason. It's something about this is interesting. Could be in a magazine with the title. I don't know. This gives me this Harry Potter vibe from the Beasts one. What was the name? The Book of the Beasts, or Fantastic Beasts. There was this creature which looked like a cloud. Kind of like, imagine if like the Harry Potter with the wand was standing there against the cloud. Not sure if this would be interesting without the cloud. And then, okay, so someone is commenting on the photo we talked before. Is it this one? Let me take that back. I brought up his shadow so you could see his face. Alright. Well, but then again, it was kind of unfortunate the light was that way. As I said first time, I don't really mind the edit, but you know, the composition and stuff. I hope you don't mind me criticizing your photo. I think it has some kind of story, but other elements, like it's very difficult to have something to click for the street photography, and this is more like an art-ish stuff. The rising, call it coincidence or luck, but all I was trying to do was capture some silhouette, and among the shot I got this one had presence I wasn't expecting. Yeah, it's kind of like I can see it in on a website or like in a magazine with some kind of headline. Alright, back of the head. We were already talking about that today, right? Is this one interesting? It's not an excuse, just what I did. Yeah, I mean... Alright, I'm happy to have any feedback. Yeah, thank you for that. Looking forward to see more of your photos. I wonder if this wouldn't be better in color, because you can see those machines. Then imagine to crop it a little more on the left. I can see this maybe in color to be subject of some kind of advertising, to juxtapose the slot machines and the cigar, and maybe removing this man, and to be like, and maybe having this more in a focus, and the title would be like smoking is a hazard or something like that. So I like the idea. Maybe there was also the idea of the shot. No comment. Could never unseen it. Yeah, let me know what you think about this shot. So I think... So my first impression was I don't like it, but more I look at it, I think there are elements that... And then again, for advertisement like that, for a billboard or something like that, it would be completely fine if we don't see the face of the woman, right? So you could juxtapose the slot machines and the cigar and have like, yeah, smoking is a hazard with your life or whatever, something like that, some health campaign. Interesting shot, thank you. Let me know how the music sounds, because I can adjust my volume. I don't know if it's too loud or... Alright. There are 3. That's what I like. They're from behind. That's where I'm kind of like, Maybe it would be more interesting if they were facing towards us. Also, she's kind of like... I wouldn't say lost, but colliding. Colliding with the background. I took this photo last year when COVID measures started the east in London, and streets were filled with police patrolling around. Now it feels a thing of that past, luckily. Yeah. With the context, maybe, but just as a standalone photo, fortunately, doesn't do it for me. Interesting shot. The boy in the back. I think these 3 policemen are pretty good. Strong image. I think I've seen better ones. And then the comment for the previous photo, still the back of the head. I would crop the shot to close in on the Yes, that's probably one of the options, to have like a close-up with a with the slot machines. Let me know what time is it at your location. It's 21:33, so 9:30. If you don't know the military time. I like his expression. I think in a series or in documentation of some kind of environment, like maybe documenting like kids on street, I can see that being a part of the series. Thank you for the shot. Alright, last two. Yeah, I think this is double posted. Don't double post. I like the tilted screen. Like the contrast, this is like a hard black and white contrast. Not sure about the subject. Let me take a look at this. She's looking at us. I don't really mind that. She's having a mask. I don't really mind that. So then you have the diagonal. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing that moves me. And the last one. Moment of some peace at the bus stop. Alright. The subject is too dark for me. I would probably higher the exposure. The situation is not really that interesting. The man is on the phone. There are cars, like taxis, waiting for people to come. It feels a little tight. How the bus stop is cut. Yeah, but exposure. And I see it's really hard to expose for the subject where there are so many lights and he's not lit in the night. Is he even in focus? Yeah, let's find out. I think he might be, but as I said, it's hard to. The only way to make him stand out was if the scene was lighter and he was like blacked out, like dodged. But then, again, is it interesting? Why should I care about this? Imagine if there was a couple having an argument with the gestures. Yeah, composition is okay. I can see a little better composition, like if you were standing a little further or if you were standing a little closer. This seems to be like a middle of the road, not really working. I mean, you can really crop this, but is this an interesting subject? I mean, it's okay subject for like a warm-up shot. Like, you know, when you start shooting and you're not shooting on film because it's not expensive. All right. Boom. And now we have everyone's favorite part, which is selecting the winner. I mean, the winner, I wish. Already 228 members. Thank you. And we are, yes, black and white. So I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna move it a little closer. So I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna be removing people from that, unless I get to some kind of number. The Bentley has to go, unfortunately. Walk to Forget. Prague is going. London is probably going. Stranger is going. What was the top 3? It was this one, right? I'm gonna keep this, this should go. This should go. Gonna keep the old lady, the glitch in the matrix. Don't move. Has to go. This one has to go. This one has to go. The X was the second one, right? I'm gonna keep this, gonna keep this, gonna keep this. This should go. This is nice shot, New Mexico, but unfortunately it has to go. Sorry. Shadows. This one. Pray. The Walk. Pray. Alright. The Break. The Mirror. Let's play. Alright. This one, Schoolboy. The Door. It was a little too dark. Waiting was a little too close. This one was a little overexposed. This one I didn't really care for. This one was double posted. This one I didn't particularly like. Sorry, cops. Sorry, woman with a cigar. Bye bye, cloud. Okay. Alright. Istanbul Boys. Helping Hand. Oh, what's that? I have to. Helping Hand is the last one, is it? I can't. Ah, alright. It's somewhere here. Remove. Okay. So. And who are the finalists? This is finalist. So let me move a little. So I believe. Great to hear our feedback, Martin. Thank you, thank you. I hope I didn't hurt anyone's feeling. So I believe the X was finalist. The Shadows was finalist. And who was the first finalist? Oh, I know. Those two men, right? I had to accidentally remove that. Reddit. So when I do this, all right. The Old State House was a finalist, I believe. Okay, add to the collection. Boom. And all right. So we have X, we have the Old State House, and we have the Reflection, right? So for me, this one, In View of People, is definitely a finalist. Then I really like the Selfie, so those are two. I'm gonna unfortunately remove Emir 7. I'm gonna unfortunately remove Ricardo. I'm gonna remove Alone. I'm gonna remove Umbrella. And it's getting really difficult here. So this one is safe, this one is safe. I'm gonna remove the wisdom. Alright, gonna keep the glitch in the matrix for now. Probably gonna remove sex, sorry. I really like London. Okay, it's a candid shot, but it looks to me a little more like a sports event. It's a beautiful shot. And Tommaso just won. So let's... difficult. Yeah. Sorry, Tommaso. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have to remove one shot. And it has to be either glitch in the matrix or that one or this one. Jumping. I like the shot. I like both shots. Let me know in the chat which one should I remove. The glitch in the matrix or the people bathing. So either way, I'm gonna critique one of these shots tomorrow if we remove them. So you get the critique from the town. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, Tommaso. Hey, sorry. You didn't make it this time. Oh, sorry, it's interfering. Hey, sorry you didn't make it this time. I loved your photo. Hope you will excuse me for that. Alright. So that's that. Alright, so thank you everyone who watched that. It's been 2.5 hours. Alright. And tomorrow please check out the critique and yeah, give me some feedback. Yeah, super. Alright. You got the user flare round 5 winner. I don't know if you have guys noticed, but people who post, they get flare for winning or for round finalist. Alright then. So I will see you guys next week, and also I should have my London trip booked already, so I will share more details. Once again, please check out the critique that's coming tomorrow. It will help a lot to get more people in the future. Alright then. Signing out. Have a nice rest of the day. Bye bye.